Hi there, it's Jen from modernmedicinelady.com and the Empathic Woman System, and the word of the day is free will, or perhaps more accurately, words of the day. So in the last couple of weeks, I've had a couple conversations with people who really care about somebody who is in an abusive relationship. And we've talked about how incredibly painful it is, how frustrating it is, how scary it is, how heartbreaking it is to watch somebody being pulled through the ringer and dealing with all kinds of horrible stuff and being treated very terribly. And also how incredibly complicated the situation is, because when you're talking about an adult with their own free will, they're not going to leave that relationship until they're ready. And it's not like we can go and kidnap them and take them out of the relationship without there being dire consequences, including the likelihood that that person is going to get really pissed at us and go back to the abuser. Or one of the options that sometimes people on sort of a more magical path might think about is doing some kind of magical intervention, some kind of binding spell or something. But as I was saying to one of the people I was communicating with, the thing is that as long as the person in the relationship has their own free will, no amount of magic is going to override their free will. No amount of magic is going to stop them from making their own choices and their own decisions. And if anything, all it will do is create a power struggle and an energy drain between us and that person. But it is not going to yield any positive results because it's going against the flow of what that person is wanting to do. And so all we're going to come up against is resistance, as well as trying to nag or badger or lecture somebody before they are ready to walk away from the relationship. Again, all that is going to do is create a conflict between us and that other person and create more polarizing between us and them and their abuser, and creates a triangle where suddenly it's not just about them and their abuser, it's about us, them and their abuser. And when it comes to that situation, 9 times out of 10, we're the ones that end up getting thrown under the bus when they are not ready to leave the relationship. So that means that they have just lost an incredibly valuable and important resource that would be helping them, that would be available for them. But because they have to choose between us and their abuser, if we push it too hard, then they lose us as an option, as a valuable asset, and as somebody who can be there to support them. So that leads me to, okay, so yeah, this really sucks. What do we do about it? And I will say that this is not my specialty, but as a human being who's been on the planet for a while, I've been through this rodeo. I've watched it. I've watched and heard stories from a number of people who've been in challenging, difficult relationships. And so I can share my own experience and the experience of people I know who've been there and have gotten to the other side of it. But I would definitely say, if you are in a situation where you are concerned for the safety of somebody in your life who is dear to you, then I really invite you to look into the domestic violence shelters, look into the resources that are specifically about domestic violence, and see what they're saying about additional ways to support people who are in these kinds of relationships. But what I will say in my experience is that what we can do for somebody is that we can affirm that they deserve love. We can affirm that they deserve respect. We can let them know that we love them unconditionally, that we care about them, and that when or if they are ready, we will be there to support them. And when and if they are ready, we will give them help if they need it to get out of the situation, assuming that's something you're willing to do. But to let them know that we love them unconditionally, to let them know that we are not judging them for being in the relationship, and that we'll love them whether they stay or not. And to say, I worry about, or I'm concerned when I see the way this person treats you, or even more sometimes I think even more effectively is not even to say I worry or I'm concerned, but to say, I feel really hurt when I see how this person is treating you. It makes me feel really sad because I really love you and I really want the best for you. And when he does or she does this to you, it really breaks my heart. And that's much more about how it makes you feel as opposed to sort of putting that onto the I'm worried for you or I'm concerned for you or oh my God, I think you're in danger. Because I actually think that can sometimes be easier for a person to dismiss than saying it's really sad when I see you being treated this way. But especially to just continuously affirm you deserve to be treated better. You deserve to be treated with love and respect. And I love and respect you, and I want the best for you. When you're ready, I will be here. So I could go on and talk about other aspects of this, but it feels like this is a big chunk of information to process for the moment. So my question to you right now is, are there people in your life who are in situations where you're watching it and it's just painful to see? And can you see how their free will is engaged in the process? And can you also recall times in your own life when you needed to use your own free will and learn the lessons that you had to learn in your time, in your own way? So I'd love to hear what you have to say about all of this. And I guess the last question would be, and would you be willing, are you willing to accept that that person does have their own free will and there's only so much that we can do to intervene or rescue? Really, we can't rescue, at least in my experience. So I'd love to hear what you have to say about all of this. Please leave a comment below. And until next word of the day, I am wishing you peace. I'm wishing you ease. And I am wishing you a sense of faith and trust and grace that the people who you are concerned for have a higher power in their life who is watching out for them, that they are resilient and that they have lessons to learn and they are capable of learning those lessons. So, in the meantime, please go like my Facebook page, Modern Medicine Lady LLC, and I will be eternally grateful for your help to get this video out into the world. Please like it, please share it, and please pass it along to other people who would find it useful. Thank you so much, and until tomorrow, peace.